welcome back to my channel. My name is Giovanni, and today we're gonna do a car chronicle. So I'm just going to, do a little chit chat, a little blabbing here and there. So I got a few errands to run. I need to go by the post office. I need to go get some clothes hemmed. Stop by the grocery store. I have several errands to run, so I'm just, it's Saturday, November the 19th, 2022. So, yeah. So, girl just put on a little razzle dazzle today. Nothing major. No. Just, spruce up a little something here and there. But yeah, I just want to talk to y'all about burnout. Your girl is burnout with her career. Now, don't get me wrong, I am very, very grateful for my job. I am grateful for my position. I am grateful for the agency I work for. But I feel like I have mastered my position, and it's time for me to move on. So I work at a federal prison. I'm a unit secretary, and I've been doing that for about coming up on, started in 2018. So 19, 20, 21, 22. So 4 years already. So, and I'm just ready to switch to either another position or a different agency altogether. So I don't know though. So because I guess this is my dilemma. I have my associate's degree in health information technology. I've been working in healthcare pretty much ever since I got out of high school. So that's all I know up until, of course, I got this position at the federal prison. So I do not want to go back to school. I do not want to get in debt or anything like that. So that's one thing that's kind of got me in I don't want to say in a standstill, because as we all know, people that have masters, bachelors, they're not even working in their field. So I'm not gonna say that's had me in a standstill, but when I do look at other positions, they calls for a master's or a bachelor's degree. So that already puts me out the loop. I've tried looking at other positions that's in my degree field, but I don't have the experience. Like health information technology, that's dealing with medical records and stuff like that. I have medical records experience. I have worked in medical records, but I haven't worked in that field in so long. I have medical billing experience. I have my certificate, or certificate for medical billing and coding, but I've never coded, so I don't have any experience in that, and I haven't passed the coding test. So that puts me out with that. I'm the type of person I see now, and I can admit that I'm all over the place as far as like what I want to do in my career, what I want to do, just kind of like hobby wise. Like I jump into multiple things as far as hobby wise, and then never either don't see it to completion or whatever. So it's like I jump here and there. So now I am in school for medical transcriptionist. So I'm doing that But it's like, as time go on, I'm just kind of like, do I really want to do this? So I don't know what I want to do. I'm thinking like, okay, do I want to stay in the medical field? The medical field intrigues me because it's always something to learn. But again, I do not want to go back to school. The job, the actual prison that I work at, it's a homestead prison, which means that people that work there are, from the area or from surrounding areas. So most of the time, people stay in those positions, 10, 20 years until they, move on to another position or whatever the case may be. So a lot of people don't really, move around. The agency as a whole, there's multiple positions, but I'm not in a position to move to another city or state to promote up. I started at a female prison in Alabama when I first started the agency. I did that for about a year and a half, and then I was able to get a position here where I reside. So I do not, want to do that. Go and uproot, well, not necessarily uproot my family, but uproot myself, and and be long distance from my family. So I've done that. I'm not really looking into doing that again. So I really don't know. I've looked into other agencies, and the other thing that has me, Lord, I do not want to see a chokehold, because it is, but it's not. It's like where I work at, we get paid law enforcement pay. So when you compare that to the other agencies' pay, it's like I'll be losing significantly amount of money, close to $2,000 to $3,000 annually. So I am married, and yes, he works and all of that, but it's like I'm used to making a certain amount of money, and I just I'm not saying I'm not faithful, because I believe in God. I believe that He will provide every need that we need. Our needs, He provide our wants. So don't get me wrong, but it's just the matter of leaping into that faith, of trusting God, believing God will supply all of our needs. So it's just the fact that it's scary. To be honest, it's scary. If you've been, making a certain amount or living a certain lifestyle. I don't live this luxury lifestyle. I don't buy. I mean, nothing wrong with people that buys those things, but I don't live a luxury lifestyle. I, spend on a budget. I, buy things on a budget. I have a Honda Accord, a 2019 Honda Accord, and I don't live a luxury lifestyle. I buy what I can afford. I don't live above my means. So, but it's just the fact that it's like, well, dog, I want to do better. I want better for my life, but this particular job, is providing what I need. And then if I look at this other company or this other agency, because I want to stay within the federal government, I like, as far as the benefits are concerned, the pay, but when it comes to this particular agency that I work for, it's like, yeah, like I said, I've, several positions has become open where I'm at, and but I haven't applied for them. Maybe about 2 or 3 positions have become open, but I didn't apply for them, and I don't know why. It's just the simple fact of Like, do I want to stay with this agency? The other thing about the agency is that, like I said, I work at a prison, so I constantly have to wear, OC spray, radio and all of that, and we can't have our cell phones. We can't bring our cell phones in. So in the event of an emergency, my family has to call, of course, my direct line, or call the control center to get me. And that can be a little iffy at times, because I'm not always at my desk. So I had an incident where my husband was off in training, and he my daughter school was calling. Well, she was calling my cell phone. Of course, I didn't have my cell phone on me, and by the time I got the message, I was already off of work. So basically, she was in an after school program, and they were saying that the after school program was canceled due to inclement weather. Well, I didn't get the call, get the message until after I got off. So that was like, I was, upset about that, because I'm like, my child was the only child that was at the school. So I was just kind of like, I'm just, that kind of like had me up in a tizzy. So I don't know what I want to do. Like I said, I do not want to go back to school. I'm trying to accompany any skills, any transferable skills like that, but the position I have, or even the job that I work at, really don't have a lot of training. I mean, they have training, like, security training, stuff like that, kind of training that we need yearly, but they don't really have, hey, if you want to learn another position, you can kind of do a training for that. They do have, in certain instances, like if you want to be, HVAC, and you want to do HVAC for 120 days, you can do that. But as far as like, hey, I want to be, whatever, this and that, I want to work in the finance department and get a little experience from that, they don't do that. So it's hard to get other training or other skills under your belt when the job do not provide that. So I'm just, just kind of like at a standstill. I'm going to be applying for a couple of positions that I've seen, on the internet or whatever. I'm going to be applying for that and seeing how that works. So I've applied for a position in the past, had an interview, but I never heard back from the company. So it was with the federal government, but I never heard back from the company. And that's another thing that can be discouraging. Like, you apply for these positions, and you referred to the hiring manager, you get an interview, and nothing. They're pretty much ghosting you. I checked back, and that was back in June or July of this year, and I checked back, and it just says still accepting applications, and I'm like, what? So that's pretty much kind of like what I'm going through at the moment. Like I said, I'm very grateful for my job. I'm very grateful for my supervisor. It's not a hard job. I deal with inmates, but we don't have the kind of inmates that's ready to, scrap every day. You got, I don't work at a prison like that. You got some people that work at a prison that they rocking and rolling every day, and I don't want that kind of lifestyle either. I don't want to come to work fighting and doing all of that and stopping fights, and I don't want to do that for 20 years. So, and that's the other thing, when you go to another agency, you'll have to work 20 plus years. With the agency I'm with, you have to retire. It's mandatory retirement at 57. So you do your 20 and you're done. But if you go to any other agencies, you'll have to work, 30 plus years. So, and I'm still young. I'm 37 years old, but it's like, girl, you want to work the rest of your life? Or you want to do these 20 and hit the dough? So, I don't know. It's just a lot of things to think about, a lot of things to factor in, and it's just it can be discouraging sometimes. Like I said, I'm very grateful for my job. I'm very grateful for my supervisor, but it's just to the point that, like, okay, I've mastered this. I can do this with my eyes closed. Time for me to learn something else. Time for me to move on. And whether that's moving on with the agency at the same job in another position, or move on, leaving the agency and going to a different agency. So I don't know. It's just kind of like, what do I do? And I've been feeling like this for the past year or so. Like I said, I've been in the same position for 4 years, and I've been feeling like this for for a little over a year now. So I don't know. So that's just my little car chronicles, my little chat for today. Like I said, I'm running errands. I'm at the post office now. I gotta do that, and we're having a luncheon at my job on, not next week, but week after next, and so I'm gonna go to the restaurant that's gonna do the catering and put down a deposit for that. I gotta go to the store. I gotta get my some clothes hem. So I got a busy day today. I just wanted to chat with y'all, tell y'all what's on my mind. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all guys later. Peace.